Hey there! In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an accordion element using just HTML and CSS. Accordions are a great way to organize and display information on your website, and with this simple technique, you'll be able to create one in no time. So, let's get started and learn how to create an accordion element using only HTML and CSS. The HTML code above creates an unordered list, UL, with 3 list items, li. Each list item contains an input element, input, of type checkbox, an empty I element, and a heading element, h2, that represents the title of the accordion content. The content itself is inside a paragraph element, p. Each checkbox is initially checked, which means all the content is visible when the page loads. The CSS code you provided is for an accordion element, which is a common user interface element used to display a list of items that can be expanded and collapsed to reveal additional content. The code is responsible for creating the visual design of the accordion element and controlling its behavior when the user interacts with it. This section sets some basic styles for the HTML document, including the width and height of the document, the perspective for 3D transforms, and the background color and font for the document. This section sets styles for the body element, which is the parent element for the accordion element. It sets the minimum height to 0, makes it an inline block element, positions it relative to its parent element, centers it horizontally using the left and transform properties, and applies a box shadow to the top of the element. It also sets the background color, maximum width, and padding for the element. This section applies styles to the body element for screens with a maximum width of 550 pixels. It sets the box sizing property to border box, which includes padding and border in the element's total width and height. It also resets the transform, maximum width, minimum height, margin, and left properties for the element. This section sets styles for the H1 and H2 elements, which are used in the accordion element to display section headings. It sets the color for both elements to a pinkish red color, and sets additional styles for the H1 element, including uppercase text, a larger font size and line height, and a smaller letter spacing. For the H2 element, it sets a slightly smaller font size and line height, a lighter font weight, and a smaller letter spacing. It also sets the background color to white, removes the margin, and sets the cursor to a pointer when the element is hovered over. This section sets styles for the P element, which is used to display the content that is revealed when a section is expanded. It sets the color to a light blue-gray color, the font size and line height to a smaller size, and the letter spacing to a smaller value. It also sets the position to relative, the overflow to hidden, and the maximum height to 800 pixels. The opacity and transform properties are used to animate the element when it is revealed or hidden, and the margin top and z-index properties are used to position the element above the section headings. This section sets styles for the unordered list, UL, and list items, li, that make up the accordion element. It removes the default bullet points for the list items and sets the perspective for 3D transforms. It also sets the padding and margin to 0 for both the UL and li elements. For each li element, it sets the position to relative, the padding to create space above and below the section heading, and a dotted border above the section content. It also sets the animation delay for the I element, which is used as an arrow icon to indicate whether the section is expanded or collapsed. The I element is positioned absolutely within the li element and transformed to create the arrow icon. It has 2 pseudo-elements before and after, that are used to create the lines of the arrow. The input, type equals checkbox, element is used to control the state of the section, expanded or collapsed, and the adjacent sibling selector is used to select the P and I elements that should be animated when the section state changes. This section sets additional styles for the accordion element. The dot transition class is used to apply a transition effect to all elements with the class. The dot flip-in class is used to apply a flip-down animation to the UL, li, and H1 elements. The .noSelect class is used to disable text selection and touch interaction for the H2 element. Finally, this section defines the keyframes for the flip-down animation that is applied to the UL, li, and H1 elements. The animation starts with the element hidden, opacity, 0, and rotated 90 degrees around the x-axis, transform, rotate x, minus 90 degrees. It then gradually rotates the element back to its original position, transform, rotate x, 0 degrees, while adjusting the opacity and other transformations. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.